What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you had to take a test for any other virus, hopefully you've tested negative for that as well. If you did test positive for COVID, flu, or any of the viruses, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long-term issues. It's time now for the Sunday edition of the Virus Update for Sunday, March 9th, 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. Yes, a lot of people have been sick this winter. There are still quite a few people sick out there. You need to be informed with what's going on with these viruses. It's the best way to help keep you safe and aware of what's going on in your community. I try and talk about each and every day as many different areas as I can in the United States, and yes, sometimes internationally as well, as long as I can find international data. So, want to stay informed? Just subscribe down below. Help me reach my year-end goal of 10,000 subscribers. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked the video. Yesterday, I asked for 150 thumbs up. We did way more than that. Thank you so much, guys. Share this video with anyone you know. And, of course, leave your comments down below. I will make sure that I get through the comments today. I'm going to be taking a look at them later on. Alrighty. We do have some news stories to talk about. And we are going to talk about a virus that we have not talked about before on the channel. At least I don't think we have. I don't know. We'll see. We'd also have some data to look at, and of course we're going to go over a lot of wastewater data today. I think at least half the video is going to be wastewater today, so that's a good thing. That means that we're starting to finally get slower news days on Sunday. It's been a while. Alright, first off, we have to start off in Iowa. No, not Texas, Iowa. I know, it says Dallas County. Bird flu has been detected in Dallas County backyard flock, and this is in Iowa. And it's something that we continue to see happen time and time again all around the country. Bird flu, it is a real big problem at this time. And it's really sad because I'm someone that likes to actually watch the birds. I'm patiently waiting for the hummingbirds to return here. But we usually feed the hummingbirds. I don't know. I might advise against that this year. We'll see. Not my decision. Not my house. But anywho. Take a look at this. 2 new travel-related measles cases in British Columbia as exposure areas increase. Yes, the number of cases of measles in British Columbia continues to rise. And this is a real problem. It's been a problem here in the United States. It's a problem in many different countries. It's something that is not good. All right, Gladys Knight has had to cancel a show in Florida's theater last minute after singer has suffered a, quote, illness. You know, that classic word that we always constantly keep hearing. A performance at the Florida Theater by 7-time Grammy-winning singer Gladys Knight was canceled Saturday night due to illness, Florida's theater officials confirmed. The First Coast News Saturday night that Knight's performance, which was slated to begin at 8 p.m., was canceled last minute after the singer and another member of her staff became ill backstage. And I'm not really seeing what this was. It says Mrs. Knight and another member of her staff were taken ill backstage very suddenly. Ooh, this is not good. At the last minute, which, yeah, they had to cancel the show. So, yeah, I'm not seeing any reasons as to what it was. Of course, I'll keep an eye on this. If we do see any reasons to what the illness was, I'll do a follow-up on it. But as you all know, if you've been a long-time follower of this channel, probably more than half the times, we do not find out what these illnesses are. Or if we do, it's several months down the line. So, yeah, that is one we will definitely be keeping an eye on. Did you have headaches post-COVID that took a long time to go away or never went away? This was a poll that I did yesterday. We talked about it yesterday. Here's the final results. 53.8% said yes. 46.2% said no. All right, moving on to this now. It's a virus that we have never talked about before here on the channel, or at least I don't think. If anyone knows if we mentioned this before, let me know down below. I don't recall talking about this virus. You may have heard Gene Hackman and his wife has passed away. Gene Hackman had heart disease, and his wife ended up having Hantavirus. Betsy Arakawa, yes, she ended up having Hantavirus, and I do have it. Here it is. Yeah, that is what she contracted. She contracted Hantavirus. So probably at this point, because there's been a lot of buzz with Hantavirus on social media, you may be wondering, just what is Hantavirus? And I have to be honest with you, a lot of times the things we do here on the channel, it's not just educational purposes for you, it's educational purposes for me as well. Remember, I'm the independent reporter here. I am not a medical expert by any means. I'm the independent reporter doing work, reading these studies, looking at different things, and I actually had to look up what Hantavirus is. So we went to the CDC for that, about Hantavirus. So they say hantaviruses are a family of viruses which can cause serious illness and death. These viruses cause diseases like hantavirus pulmonary syndrome and hemorrhage fever with renal syndrome. They are spread mainly by rodents and are not spread from person to person. Now we come down here to some of the symptoms, and it looks like early symptoms can include fatigue, fever, muscle aches, especially in large muscle groups like thighs, hips, back, and sometimes shoulders. About half of all HPS patients also experience headaches, dizziness, chills, abdominal problems like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 4 to 10 days after the initial phase of illness, late symptoms of HPS appear. These symptoms include coughing and shortness of breath. Patients might experience tightness in the chest as the lungs fill with fluid. Yikes. HPS can be deadly. 38% of people who develop respiratory symptoms may die from the disease. Yikes, that is not good whatsoever. And I should mention this, HPS is a severe and potentially deadly disease that affects the lungs. Symptoms of HPS usually start to show 1 to 8 weeks after contact with an infected rodent. So, there you go. And there's a whole bunch of other things that can happen here, but you get the point here. Hantavirus, not a very pleasant virus and can be deadly. Alrighty, I have to give you a little reminder here. This is coming from a website called longcovidawareness.life. Next Saturday is International Long COVID Awareness Day, March 15th, 2025. That is a Saturday. And with that, there's a lot of people all around the world that are dealing with long COVID. Chances are you may be someone who's watching this video who has long COVID. I know I have several subscribers who have chimed in before and in the past and in the present that are dealing with long COVID. I myself am dealing with long COVID. I had it back in 2020 after a case of COVID, although it was never really confirmed that it was long COVID. We're not going to go into that story. But then I recently had COVID again back during the holidays, and this time, yes, it's confirmed long COVID by my doctor. I have headaches, and, well, I'm going back to my sleep and pulmonary doctor because I'm having fatigue issues once again. Yes, all these things that got better post-2020 infection, although the headaches wasn't really an issue that go around. All these things that, long COVID was getting better for me, but now here we are again because of a new infection. I'm dealing with problems, and chances are at some point you have been infected. Maybe you dealt with some lingering problems or some new problems and they just never went away. That's a form of long COVID, and we are going to recognize that on Saturday of next weekend, which is March 15th. We will definitely have some content within that video that we do that day on long COVID. Maybe some studies, or maybe we'll just do a special video. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to have something for Long COVID Awareness Day. All right, in Canada, viral activity level for COVID-19 is moderate. Flu A is high, Flu B is moderate, and RSV is moderate at this time. Taking a look at what is going on with, let's take a look at air qualities, shall we? And what you will find today is they're not bad at all. Just a few problems down in Florida, along the Gulf Coast. Look at the Northeast, the Great Lakes, the Midwest, all fine. A little bit of yellow in the Southern Plains. Not terribly concerned about that. If we're going to see bad air quality there, next weekend is the time to watch. There's a lot of buzz going on about a potential tornado outbreak down there. Yeah, I might actually have to do a video over on my other channel. We'll see. San Francisco area, a little bit of problems there. But again, overall, the United States for air qualities today is not terrible. Taking a look at Pinellas County, Florida. Few calls going on, including sick person. Breathing difficulty, a couple other things going on as well. Philadelphia, I'm happy about this. 704 EMS incidents reported yesterday. And you might think, why am I happy about that? That's such a high number. If if you're new to my channel, I got news for you. That's lower than what it has been. Now, last Sunday was really low. So, if Saturday's low this week, I'm thinking maybe today's going to be good. I haven't been listening to EMS. But, yeah, oftentimes we can go over 800 calls here in the city. 704 is good in my city. Taking a look at what's going on outside of Philadelphia, and oh my, it looks like things have picked up from when I last looked a little earlier at Montgomery County, and there's that dreaded cardiac arrest, respiratory emergency, cardiac emergency, respiratory emergency again, stroke, respiratory emergency. Yeah, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, busy right now. Chester County has not been terribly busy, but one thing they have had a ton of today, and take a look at this, it's still showing up. Stroke, stroke, stroke. Yeah, I feel like I'm singing a song from Billy Squire, but in all seriousness, there have been a lot of stroke calls going on in Chester County today. At one point, I think there were 5 stroke calls and 3 respiratory difficulty calls all at once. So, yeah, maybe I should take back what I said. They have been busy today with some not so good calls. Now, a few other things are starting to come into the picture as well. Hospital situation in Pennsylvania. Not terrible today. And we're actually going to refresh this because I want to make sure that this is actually up to date. And yeah, this changed a little bit. We can see here in southeast Pennsylvania, again, not terrible, but all eyes are going to be on what happens with these hospitals in southeast Pennsylvania. Because as of right now, Crozer-Chester Medical Center and Taylor Hospital in just a few days are set to close. But I will give you a brief update on this. There is supposed to be some sort of a meeting going on in the courts today in Pennsylvania. Yes, on a Sunday in Harrisburg, which is the capital of our state. They're going to look for ways to try and save these 2 hospitals. Because let me tell you, if these 2 hospitals close, there's going to be problems. One of them is close to being full, and we're going to see more strain on all these other hospitals. Heck, that may even bleed over into Delaware because it's just so close to Chester. Mind you, we never see what's going on here. Does Delaware even have a dashboard? That's something we may have to look into. But Lehigh Valley, a few more yellow hospitals than we saw yesterday. Yellow meaning some sort of a diversion could be happening. And taking a look at what's going on in New Jersey, let's refresh this and let's go through here. Look at that. Every hospital is in the green in New Jersey today. Fantastic. Finally. Finally, I'm being serious because it's been a long time coming for New Jersey. National positivity rate from Walgreens today, 11.8%. Alrighty, everything else from here on out will be wastewater related. We're going to spend about, 12 to 13 minutes here on wastewater. That's more time than we've done in a while. After all, we call this Wastewater Sunday. Pennsylvania, we'll start here first. Good news. Look at COVID and wastewater. It's continuing to go downward. Now, you fully can't see this. I'm going to try and get you. Yeah, there you go. Look closely there. You can see here. It's dropping. And let me tell you something. That level that you see there, follow that. Draw a line straight across. Look at that. That's really low levels. We're starting to come into a lull for COVID at this time in Pennsylvania. The wastewater shows that LP.8.1 is the leading variant in Pennsylvania. Now, not as good news when it comes to influenza. Yeah, a little bit of a increase again. And this is influenza A. We don't see influenza B listed here. I would be interested to see what that shows because sometimes influenza B, I am learning, can have a wave in spring. We'll have to use wastewater scan for that. Really, anywhere in the United States. RSV also had a little bit of an increase in Pennsylvania. Something we're going to have to keep our eyes on. New Jersey. Look at this. New Jersey's wastewater dashboard. Don't think I've shown this before. COVID-19 at this time. Dropping in New Jersey. Influenza A is dropping. Influenza B has been ticking upward just a little bit. RSV continues to drop at this time. We'll have to keep an eye on influenza B for a spring wave because if influenza B does go up a lot, well, it could be a little bit of an added strain on the hospitals once again. Taking a look at what's going on in Houston, Texas, and we can see here a lot of these dashes. And what does dash mean? It means for the most part it is even, but take a look here. This hasn't updated for a while. Let's refresh this. I mean, yeah, nothing since February 24th, so it says, but I think this map has changed a little bit. And we can see some areas are actually dropping a little bit. So, for the most part, flat in the Houston area. Taking a look at what is going on in New York City when it comes to COVID. And we can see New York City COVID levels at this time in most boroughs are dropping at this time. taking a look at what's going on in Chicago, and this is a little bit concerning here. If we take a look here, this is for COVID. It does look like maybe, let's see, what are the dates are? Yeah, a little bit of an increase once again in Chicago wastewater. Not happy to see that, and this is citywide, right? Because they have various different regions in Chicago, yes. And we can actually take a look at them, and we can see here that some of these are reporting moderate, some of them are reporting low, but for the most part, it looks like what we're seeing here is moderate here, right in the heart of Chicago. So that's interesting to see. And in Colorado, SARS-CoV-2 increasing, which is COVID, is increasing trends in 6 out of 20 monitored utilities. And you know what? We need to go back to Chicago for a second. But hold on. Influenza is detected in 12 wastewater sites, and RSV is detected in 10. Let's go back to Chicago just for 1 second, because we can actually see other viruses. Can we? I don't know if this is actually going to load. We see influenza. No, it's not loading for influenza. Okay, but take a look at this, though. We can see on the map very high influenza levels in downtown Chicago, and influenza B is for the most part minimal. Does look like Chicago lawn. That is a little bit higher at this time. All right, making our way over to wastewater scan, and we are going to take a look here at the national level. And we can see here COVID is dropping, but it is medium at this time. RSV is still listed high, but dropping. Influenza A is high, but dropping. And influenza B has been rising. Now it looks like maybe it's starting to drop. We'll keep an eye on that. HMPV has been slowly going up, and norovirus is still listed high at this time. All right, we're going to take a look here at the Midwest region and then do one wastewater site there. And in the Midwest region, we can see at this time COVID is medium, dropping. RSV is high, but dropping. Influenza A is high, but dropping. Influenza B at this time. Something going on here, but a little wonky movement at the end. But even if you X that out, there is still a rise at this time. HMPV is high, but dropping. EVD68 is low at this time. And norovirus is still listed high. I'm still waiting to see the big drop in the Midwest when it comes to norovirus. Yeah, that's not a good thing whatsoever. Let's take a look at Bloomington, Indiana, shall we? And we can see for there, at this time, things are starting to drop for COVID. The levels are medium. RSV at this time is high but dropping. Influenza A is high but dropping. Influenza B is high but dropping. HMPV is low. EVD68 is low. Norovirus is high, holding steady at this time. Some hepatitis detections. No detections of Mpox. That is a good thing. In the Northeast at this time, we do see COVID is medium. Dropping, but not dropping terribly fast. We'll say steadily dropping. RSV is high, and, well, that's steadily dropping. Influenza A is high, and that's been dropping pretty quick. Happy about that. Influenza B did go up, and then it started dropping. X out that wonky movement. Both influenza A and B are still high, and HMPV is low at this time, and just rising ever so slightly. All right, we talked about Pennsylvania. We talked about New York. We also talked about New Jersey. How about this time we talk about Connecticut? And in Connecticut, Stamford, Connecticut, the COVID levels are medium at this time, not really dropping or rising. RSV is high, holding steady, dropping ever so slightly, we'll say. Influenza A is high, dropping slightly. Influenza B, that has been rising, and yeah, that's in the high category. So you may be seeing a spring wave there. That's a pretty high level for influenza B. HMPV is low and dropping, and norovirus is high at this time, and everything else is checking out A-OK. In the South at this time, we do see that COVID is medium, and it's not really dropping that much, and there could be a reason for that. We're starting to enter spring break. Those Gulf Coast states, yeah, they're spring break areas, so. And even South Carolina, Georgia, the coastal area, spring break. It's starting to come into play. RSV is high at this time and dropping. Influenza A is high at this time. Was dropping, but it's slowing off a little bit. Influenza B is very low. Yeah, it's rising, but still, it's very low. HMPV is low. EVD68 is low. Norovirus is dropping at this time. Let's go down to a classic spring break area, Miami. And let's see what's going on. Let's just try for North Miami, shall we? And low COVID at this time. That's good to see. RSV is still listed at high. And actually rose a little bit. Influenza A is high, but you can see here it has been dropping. Influenza B is low, a little bit of a rise for that. HMPV is low, EVD68 is low, norovirus is still high but dropping slightly, and hepatitis A is listed at medium at this time. Alrighty, let's pause for a second and do a hydration break, shall we? Very important to keep hydrated. Today's drink of choice was water. You can never go wrong with drinking a glass of water. COVID in the West at this time is low. That's a good thing, and it's continuing to drop. RSV is high but dropping. Influenza A is high but dropping. Influenza B is high. That is dropping again. Don't pay attention to these wonky movements. That could be lack of data. Don't know what actually causes them. HMPV is high at this time, rising ever so slightly. EVD68 is low, and norovirus is high but dropping at this time. And let's do one wastewater site out west. Let's check Las Vegas today, shall we? And we can see here, COVID there is in the medium category. RSV is listed at high. Influenza A is high. Influenza B is high. Yeah, that's actually overall trending upward a little bit. Maybe it's flattened out. HMPV is low. Norovirus is high, finally dropping. Still want to go to any of those buffets on the Vegas Strip? No, thank you. And Mpox at this time is low. Alrighty, let's take a look at the CDC site now. First, we're going to go to this one, where we can see the levels by region for COVID. And we can see all levels are dropping, with exceptions to the Midwest. Midwest went up a little bit. National level is in the low category at this time. Coming down here to influenza A, we can see influenza A was dropping, but it looks like, I hate to say this, we may have put the brakes on again. And I hope we do not go back up once again, but this is something we are going to closely have to monitor. We're going to have to look at some individual states and just find out what's going on. We'll do that during the virus updates during the week if we get slow news days. Can't say what any news day is going to be like anymore. Taking a look at RSV, we can see RSV is gradually dropping. It is in the low category, and that influenza A category was in the moderate at this time. All right, taking a look at this, I'm just going to go randomly on the map here. Blues are low wastewater levels for COVID, and orange and red, that's moderate to high. So let's go some places we have not gone. Michigan, for example, I'm seeing red near Detroit. That's not good. I'm still seeing some blues and oranges. And now let's go down to the Four Corners region. We can see Arizona. Things are finally looking better for you. Same thing can be said with what is going on in Utah. Colorado is looking better. Also looking better in New Mexico. Still a few red sites, but as we know, New Mexico and Texas, the big story for you right now is what is going on with measles. Very concerning with that. Dallas, Texas, still some orange and reds going on here, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. We can see here places like North Carolina. Yeah, still a lot of orange and red sites showing up here. South Carolina as well. Georgia, not doing too bad. Some moderate sites showing up in Alabama as well, so that's something we have to be concerned about. And we can also see up here Montana, Wyoming, not doing terrible at this time. And taking a look up here in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State's not doing bad. Oregon's not doing bad either. Just a couple moderate sites at this time. California, look at this, low. So when we said the level was categorized as low in the West, yeah, it really is. Wastewater Scan is matching up well with the CDC at this time. Taking a look here in Nebraska, yeah, we do have some areas here that are in the red, and we can see this chart here, Holt. Yeah, that one is rising a little bit at this time, and there are some oranges showing up. Missouri, a lot of blue showing up. Blue is a good thing. Kentucky, we are seeing some reds show up near Louisville. I don't know what that's all about, honestly, because when you look at these charts, for the most part, they are dropping at this time, so not sure why they are showing up red. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's virus update. We'll have another update again tomorrow. We'll have new Walgreens data, and whatever the news of the day is, and if it's slow, well, we'll do some more wastewater and we'll do some other things. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. And have a fantastic Sunday evening. Stay safe. See you all again next time.